While most of Vlasov's 10,000 soldiers fatalistically await capture by the Red Army, some individual groups push through the American lines to the west. The Americans refuse to grant asylum to Vlasov and his troops. Now that the war has ended, about 80,000 soldiers of the erstwhile Russian Liberation Army are held as displaced persons in camps run by the Western Allies. In addition, there are several Cossack units, notorious partisan fighters, who had been first put under Vlasov's command in 1945. In the British internment camp at Kärnten in Austria, the soldiers hope right up to the last moment to escape being turned over to the Soviets.
The general mood in both the government and the people of England was not sympathetic to the Vlasov people. I mean, they were frankly regarded as people who had either helped or wanted to help our common enemy, who was Hitler, and therefore, in a sense, traitors.
At the beginning of June, the British Army begins the handover. There are wrenching scenes.
Gradually, we managed to, by brutal force really, force them out of the camp. Then they linked arms and sat on the ground and said, "We're not moving from here." So again, force had to be used.
Not only soldiers are being repatriated, but also women and children. Among them, Zoe Polanska, then 15 years old.
They started to pull us apart from the crowd. And it was a huge stampede where people were tramped on. Some of them died, some of them wounded. Shots were fired. We really didn't know what was happening.
I saw one lady, obviously a Cossack lady. She got the traditional long black skirt on and a shawl over her head, but she got what appeared to me to be a bundle of white clothes, which she suddenly struck on the bridge, twice on the bridge, grabbed the bundle in her arms, and then jumped off the bridge into the raging river and was washed away.
As we cross over the river Drau, left and right, full of people drowning, just like autumn leaves, little heads bobbing in and out. And a lot of, some lying dead already.
The Cossacks decided, well, you know, we've got to go. And things calmed down, and they started rather reluctantly going and getting into the back of the truck.
In the American camps, like here in Plattling in Bavaria, the repatriation is only begun months after the end of the war. Hope spreads among the captive members of the former Vlasov army.
Many of them thought it was only a matter of time, and a short time at that, before the Americans would be at war with the Soviets, and they would be fighting with the Americans.
However, the US abides strictly by the Yalta Agreement. Therefore, in August 1945, they begin to transfer their Russian prisoners. In desperation, many try to commit suicide. Most of the passengers on these trains rolling east will be quickly sentenced to years, decades in labor camps.